Hello guys, welcome back to another college football video. This is the place for you if you love college football. I post almost every single day, so go ahead and hit like button, subscribe, and comment down below if you enjoy college football content every single day. If you're watching this video, odds are you are a college football fan, and odds are you're not subscribed because almost 98% of y'all are not subscribed who watch these videos. But in today's video, we'll be going over the top 10 players who transferred in the 2022 offseason of college football. One of the craziest offseasons ever, and we kicked the lift off with Jameer Gibbs, who transferred from Georgia Tech to Alabama. At Georgia Tech, he had 143 attempts, 746 yards, with 4 touchdowns and a 5.2 average per rush. Jameer Gibbs is an absolute dominant force at a running back. He's going to be one of the best running backs in the SEC and probably top 10 in the nation at running back. He just is so good, and he had no offensive line at Georgia Tech. When he has a good offensive line, it's going to be crazy. And then we have Arizona State transfer to LSU. That is Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels was a great phenomenon at Arizona State. In his last year, he had 2,380 yards for 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And in 2019 was his breakout year with 2,943 yards, with 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I wonder if he can get back to the hype he had in 2019 and become a Heisman candidate for real. And then next up on the list is Spencer Rattler, who transferred from Oklahoma to South Carolina. He had 1,483 yards, 11 touchdowns with 5 interceptions. And then after that, he got benched on a sluggish 2021 start. But in 2020 was his breakout year where he got a Heisman candidate, who was 3,331 yards, 28 touchdowns with 7 interceptions. He had one of the highest in the leagues because that was the COVID year, and he was really close to winning the Heisman. And then this guy right here is transferring to Oklahoma, and he's from UCF, and his name is Gabriel. He had 814 yards with 9 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 2021 until he got hurt and he had to go out. But in 2019, he had 3,653 yards, 29 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. In 2020, he basically did this very same thing. He threw more touchdowns with a little less interceptions, but had a little bit of less yards. Gabriel is the best quarterback in UCF history, and everybody can agree with that statement. And I absolutely love him going to Oklahoma with Brent Venables. This guy right here, you might not even know him. His name is Jayden Day Laura. He's from Washington State, and he was a freshman who won Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. I'm super excited about him because he's transferring to Arizona, and I think Arizona is going to be a good team this year. He had 2,798 yards with 23 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, all while a freshman at Washington State. As you know, if you've seen my videos, I have super hype for Arizona, as I did a video about them about 6 months ago during the offseason. And look how far we came, and now I still have hype in Arizona. I'm absolutely keeping my word. I don't know about top 25, but I do know they're going to be not a disappointment. Then we have new USC wide receiver who transferred from Pitt, and he was the 2021 blank off winner. His name is Jordan Addison. He had 1,593 yards as a receiver, 17 touchdowns with a 15.9 average per catch. He's one of the best wide receivers in college football. I have ranked him at number 3. He's going to be an absolute dominant force for Caleb Williams to throw to him, and he's a major piece of USC this year. Next up on the list is another quarterback, and he is at Ole Miss now. He transferred from USC. His name is Jackson Dart. I have so much hype around this guy. I ranked him at number 5 in my top 5 quarterbacks. He had 1,353 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions as a freshman at USC. That does not sound like good numbers, but at USC last year, they had absolutely no weapons, and he came in halfway through the year, so don't be like that's all he had after being a starter. He started like 6 games and threw for 1,593 yards. I still feel like that's a pretty good year. Next up on the list at number 3, we have Caleb Williams. He stepped up for a bench Spencer Rattler, and he threw for 1,912 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, with above 600 yards on the ground. Caleb Williams is an absolute phenomenal player to watch, and he's ranked at the 3rd in the Heisman watch this year. He's definitely going to be in the candidate, and he's definitely going to have above 3,000 and above 500 rush yards a year. Best mobile quarterback in college football. There's many of them that you can rank, but Caleb Williams has to be in your top 5. Next up, number 2, we have Quinn Ewers, and I know y'all might not know who this is, or y'all probably do. He has got one of the most biggest NIL deals in college football. He transferred from Ohio State, and the thing is, he didn't have any snaps at Ohio State, and he still is getting this much money, and he's already including in the Heisman race. And Quinn Ewers was predicted or he was one of the best high school quarterbacks of all time, and he was an absolute force in high school. We haven't got to see him play at Ohio State. Coming off his freshman year, he didn't play, but let's see what he does at Texas. And then number 1, we have Beau Knicks. And yes, I'm not playing. Beau Knicks is my number 1 player. Beau Knicks in 2021 was having the best season of his career. He was having a top 10 performance as a quarterback. He had 2,294 yards with 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Until he got hurt halfway through the year, he was going to be well over 3,500 yards. But in 2019, he had 2,542 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. At Auburn, he's always been a solid quarterback, but under Oregon, I feel like they're going to take it up a notch. He has more weapons, and he's going to be a better quarterback, and he can run. He's going to be mobile. He's going to have good accuracy this year. And what I'm trying to say is I don't think he's the number 1 player on this list. Caleb Williams is obviously better than him. But I think Beau Knicks, since Oregon has struggled the past few years of actually having a really, really good top 5 program, I think Beau Knicks is the guy that's going to help his program the most at being a transfer. He's going to help Oregon become a top 5 team, and I think he's going to help Oregon knock off Georgia in week 1 of the college football season, which would be an absolute shocker to every other college football fan, but me and some of my friends. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this college football video. I just ranked the top 10 transfers in 2022 offseason. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below. If you enjoy college football content like this all the time, this is the place for you. So stay tuned, turn on the post notifications on, and I'll see y'all guys in the next video.